is a BT50 SP. It's Mazda's top-of-the-line combatant in the Australian dual-cab arena. Oh look, I've got the keys. Alrighty, that's enough driving around. Here she is, the Mazda BT50 SP. And this is the facelifted version. Probably one of the nicer cars I've driven. So this bad boy, unlike most of the others, 3-litre turbo diesel. And yes, it is the Isuzu. So legendary reputation the engine in this has. But let's check out the rest of it. Being a stablemate of the DMAX, the BT50 shares a lot of its underpinnings with it, except for external style. And I really like the front end of the Mazda. To be fair, I like the front end of most cars. I think the back end is where they get let down. But this bad boy, check out those facelifted lights. They're much nicer than the previous model. And since about 2016, Mazda has been really on point with its design language. Being a previous owner of a Mazda CX-9 Azami, I thought that their style was way ahead for their time. I think a lot of other companies are caught up now, but that front end, really, really nice for a dual cab ute. Plenty of space for a big bull bar, so you can put all your spotties on, etc, etc. All right, round to the side now, and you're seeing a ton of gloss black. You've got gloss back wheel arches, not gloss back, gloss black. There you go, I can talk. Mirrors, handles, you got your side step, they're all gloss and very, very black. And if we pop around the back, something that I think is really cool, and just every ute should come with them, are roller shutters. If you're going to keep the tub on, if you're not going to swap it out for a tray, then I think manufacturers should chuck a roller like this one comes with, thank you Mazda, even a tonneau cover. Just put something on the back. A bare tub, really annoying for me anyway. All right, seeing as we're around the back, let's keep talking about it. Love the light clusters. The old ones sort of smeared over a little bit, kind of looked like I'd spilled spaghetti bowl on them. These ones are much more inline, streamlined. We ran out of gloss for the back bumper. As you can see, she's color coded, that's nice. Got your rear sensors in there, and tow hitch. On that point, let's talk a little bit around towing and weights and capacities, because I like to do that, because I think a lot of people do use dual cabs for towing these days. Not sure if they should. I think there's probably better vehicles out there for towing, but Australians, we love a good dual cab. So the total, the GCM of this vehicle is 6,000 kilograms, GVM 3,100, towing 3,500. So obviously that's 6,600 combined if you were to tow at max and load to max. 350 kilogram down on the rear. One thing this ute does have going for it is 945 kilograms for load capacity. And that is spectacular for a ute. There's a lot out there with a lot less, and this is top of the line, remember. We're not talking about cab chassis here. 945 kilogram payload. That's excellent. So just remember, if you are going to use this ute to tow, 3.5, yes, that's the max, but then you would significantly have to reduce the load in the vehicle to keep it under that 6,000 kilogram GCM. All right, I've walked away from the vehicle here. Let me walk back to it. We'll talk about the tyres that this comes with. They're 265/60 and they are 18-inch wheels. So pretty nice. Bridgestone Jewelers, I believe. Yeah, there you go, Bridgestone Jewelers. They are highway terrain, so if you want to get off road and do the hardcore stuff, definitely going to need to swap those to ATs, but they'll do just fine for around the town and a little bit of dirt road use. Now, before we check out the interior of this car, I just want to have a look at the tailgate, because it says it's got tailgate assist, which means that it should be slow down, and I want to see how easy the roller top is to use on it. Okay, nice. Oh, I've got some ramps. Oh, thanks Mazda. Oh, I could have popped them up. Got a really cool shot. Maybe I'll do that later. And there we go, there's the roll top. So just grab that. Back she goes. Many ramps. Do you know, I actually need some ramps for getting underneath the T60. Anyway, so huge space there. I believe we're sitting about 1,100 between the wheel arches, so can't quite fit a pallet in, but there's a heap of space in there. We've got the liner. This isn't spray-in. This is a plastic liner in there. So good in that it's going to protect the paintwork. However, spray and liner is probably, you know, the premium choice in this space. Pretty cool BT50 up the back there. And my favourite kind of spider, a daddy long legs. Alrighty, that's the tub. We'll just close that back up now. Pull that. Oh, does that have multiple locking points? That's pretty cool. All right, bring it the whole way up. Up you come. Attaboy. And this is an assisted tailgate, so it should be super light. It is super light. That's a joke. There you go, one finger. Fantastic. All right, teeny tiny bit. There's not too much in the engine bay that's strange or peculiar, but we'll just pop the bonnet. Eey. There we go. And oh, I'm being yelled at because I've got it running. And here we don't have struts. I'm gonna have to use two hands. Two hands now, push over. There we go, little pin. And we're in. So as I mentioned, we've got the legendary Isuzu in here, 4-cylinder, common rail diesel. Oh gosh, what are we? 16 valve, dual overhead cam. Yes, I can read the brochure. But this bad boy is putting out 450 newton meters of torque and about 140 kilowatts of power. So not class leading, but the torque comes in at around 1600 RPM. So it's really, really available torque. And I think that's really important when towing. And certainly for when you're driving off-road, it's really, really good to have the torque down low. It gives you so much more control as you're moving through some of the smaller and tougher, tighter bits. Okay, let's check out the interior. Oh. Mazda. That's an oversight there from Mazda. Let me bring that though to a couple of points that I have not quite liked about the BT50 and its interior. Just behind me there you can see all the cameras. If you're driving into the sun with a slight sort of dust layer, as you do tend to get around Northam, I'm going to blame the trains, but driving into the sun, it loses its ability to do radar cruise control and emergency braking and things like that. The glare is too much, the cameras can't see it. Now that's quite small in the grand scheme of things. We should all be able to drive a car without those features. This car has them though, and yeah, when you're dirty, driving into the sun, won't see them working. The mirror, that's amusing. When you put the sunshade down, you knock your mirror. Look, that's something you can live with. It's not the end of the world. And the only other thing really I think about the interior is Mazda, I think you've got a sharper sword than this. I think you can do better with the interior. Given what's on the market at the moment, I love the seats. The seats are amazing. However, I think the interior could do with a little bit more work across the dash to really, really bring it in line with the rest of your vehicles. Now, that said, getting into the Mazda is honestly like going back to your childhood bedroom and everything is just where it's meant to be. Take the gear knob, for example. There's nothing too fancy going on here. It is straightforward. It's exactly what you need. You don't need a rocket ship handle. I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong. I love the rocket ships. You've also got really simple buttons. Heated seats, got to have those on. Might actually turn those off. I'm on fire. Rear diff lock, floating car. There's your parking sensors, hill descent control. There's your four-wheel drive control. Really simple, straightforward to use. When you flick it into for high, up here you've got the little flashing icon. If you can see that with the glare, yeah, there you go, so it's locked in. If I flick it back, it will drop back out. There you go, all gone. The screen, there we go, just had to reset because of the glare. So if we go to car, you can see all the cool stuff. I guess I like the angles. I'm not really sure when I'd use this off-roading, maybe later. Tire pressure monitoring system is pretty cool. You can see my rear left down a little bit, and that's the little warning light over there, the orange one. but really easy to use, straightforward. There's all of your assisted driving aids, which you can turn on and off. Nothing too tricky going on here. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and they're super easy to pair. All your AC controls exactly where they should be, and nice buttons. Thank you for that. Actually, on the button note, a quick thank you to Mazda for having a button for the heated seats, so you're not sort of sword fighting with your screen just to turn on some of the comfort features of this car. And look, we got a little bit of storage there. You got a square one, so you can stick your iced coffee in there, your Master's iced coffee. That one's for your Dare iced coffee. A real handbrake, which is good, and probably not as much storage in the middle there as I would have expected, but that's still pretty useful. Over here though, way more storage in your top bin, and of course you've got your bottom bin full of goodies. All right, let's jump out quickly and we'll get in the back, because I am 6'1" and half a ton. I'm not actually half a ton, that'd be ridiculous. But I've got the seat in my seating position, and we'll just see how easily I can fit in. Alrighty, in we go. Oh. Okay, so these are firmly in the back of the lovely suede. Oh, I could probably actually deal with that. There you go, what a shot. Yeah, lovely up there. And we've got the sort of the Maztec seats back here as well. Really nice, really grippy. Down here, little port, I'm going to guess USB-C, USB-C, there we go, so that's good. And nice and simple air vents. We're dual zone, so left and right, no tri-zone in the rear. Mazda do a tri-zone system. They could have stuck it in here, but they haven't in this one. We've got a little hook back here by the looks of that. How do you, yep, cool. There you go. Hang your after work shirt on so you can hit the pub without damaging your business's brand. And yeah, electric seat. Not too much else going on back here, to be honest, but it is a very nice place to be. Something that is worth noting, roof speakers. So the sound quality back here is actually pretty decent. All right, let's get back out of this thing. Actually, one thing just there, awesome size grab handle. That's going to be really handy for anyone getting in and out. I'm going to call it great for kids, because kids love to have something to grab hold of, especially if you chuck, oh, hit my head, chuck this thing on a bit of a lift kit, bigger wheels, you're gonna appreciate having that. All right, let's take this thing for a spin. Before we do go for a spin, I love the red stitching across the top here. It serves absolutely no purpose at all. That's nice and soft touch actually, but I'm not gonna be dash grabbing here. But I really like it. It's just a nice look. And that's actually quite a nice little hazards button there. Yeah, very nice. The other thing, this is your dash. So we're currently sitting on 9.1 litres per 100. That's pretty good, advertised at 8. So yeah, that's about what you'd expect. All right, let's go for a drive. Alrighty, driving in the Mazda is really enjoyable. I've really liked this. It's not, you know, like exciting in terms of its power and acceleration. It's not thrilling with all of the technology and screens looking at you, but there's a real connected feel from me, the driver, to the car, to the road. And I would expect that from Mazda, having driven a few of their cars in the past, that they actually do spend some time focused on making sure that the dialing of suspension and steering is well suited for Australian roads. And yeah, they've nailed the brief here. This is a really nice thing to drive. Seats quite comfortable. I've got the, I am driving into the sun, sorry about that. This is what happens when you run out of time, I guess. And it's really nice to not be beeped at. I appreciate all of the tech, and this thing still does have a lot of tech, but it's not sitting there beeping at me saying, hey, you need a brake, put your hands back on the wheel, stop looking over there. As I've said that, the cruise control is cancelled because I'm driving straight into the sun. And remember I said that it doesn't like it when it's got the glare on the camera. There you go, it's cancelled my cruise control. But yeah, there's nothing beeping at me, so it really does feel like a car should, and I might be showing my age a little bit there, but this is a really nice car, and I appreciate that it has a lot of its DNA shared with the Isuzu DMAX, but I think styling wise and even just comfort wise within the vehicle, I think the BT50 has the DMAX a little bit. I think the DMAX, the style is much more aggressive, much more adventurous, that sort of thing. The BT50, a little bit more reserved, a little bit more, I'm actually quite comfortable. So I'd liken it between someone who plays with textures all the time, and then you've got the BT50 experiencing calligraphy. So I think really the BT50 is something that you buy if you want a nice ute with proven reliability in its engine and its drivetrain. And you know what, I really enjoy the drive. I think tech wise there's nothing to talk about. I said it before, I think Mazda, sharpen your blade, you can do better with the tech, with the dash interior in general, but goodness me, the drive of this vehicle for a dual cab ute, this is really fun. Speaking of fun, we took it off-road before, and you can see quite clearly the need to have all-terrains. Obviously I was in two-wheel drive, we put it in four-wheel drive, and it just nicely creeps its way up. But a set of all-terrains will send you a lot further with this vehicle. So where does all that leave us with verdict? Well, this one's a little hard for me because I really enjoyed the drive of the Mazda BT50. I think if you're wanting a ute that is of great quality, has that legendary engine, this is going to be one of the utes you need to consider. I, as always, really like the ute. This one, really refined. It is going to be your go-to for something that will last a long time and look great doing it.